Welcome back on a Friday morning. Imagine spending nearly 3 decades behind bars for a crime you did not commit.
Our next guest doesn't have to imagine it. He actually lived it. Valentino Dixon spent 27 years in prison after being wrongfully convicted of murder.
He was finally exonerated and released earlier this week, thanks in large part to a remarkable skill and some colored pencils. We'll talk to him in just a moment, but first, his astonishing story. There's nothing quite like a fresh start. Just ask Valentino Dixon. Nearly 3 decades after being found guilty for a murder he did not commit, he's free, finally exonerated.
It's undescribable, and we've been waiting 27 years for this moment.
The bulk of Dixon's sentence served at the notorious Attica Correctional Facility in Western New York. From his tiny cell, the gifted artist put pencil to paper to pass the time. A warden noticed and gave Dixon a photo of a famous golf hole to draw for him. That project ignited a passion. Dixon says he was hooked. Sprawling fairways, immaculate greens, lush nature, hundreds of works of art created by a man who's never stepped foot on a golf course. While inside, Dixon also discovered Golf Digest magazine, gravitating toward a column by editorial director Max Adler called Golf Saved My Life. One day, Adler received a letter from Dixon.
I'm glad that resonated with him, with what he was feeling, and that he had the audacity to reach out to me, and I'm just so thankful I got that letter.
Adler wound up investigating the complex murder case, corresponding with Dixon and even visiting him at Attica. In 2012, he told Dixon's story, catapulting his case into the national spotlight. That spurred students at Georgetown University to uncover vital new evidence as part of a course on prison reform. It also led to a powerful profile by Jimmy Roberts on the Golf Channel, a division of NBC Universal, which included a sit-down with a man named Lamar Scott, who'd previously admitted to the killing.
Valentino Dixon was convicted of murdering Toriano Jackson.
Yes.
Did he commit that crime?
No, he didn't.
Who did?
I did.
Scott pleaded guilty to manslaughter and assault Wednesday. And now, Valentino Dixon is free.
Do I look like I know what I'm doing?
And moving forward.
He is such a strong guy to endure 27 years and to be able to walk out there with his mind and his body intact and to not let this break him.
And Valentino Dixon is with us exclusively this morning. Valentino, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's been about 48 hours, 48 hours of freedom. Just tell us how it's felt for you these last 2 days.
It's been emotional. It's so strange, but I'm adjusting slowly. And it's crazy because I was just eating some watermelon and cantaloupe and some peeled oranges.
Yeah.
And my stomach was like, I'm not used to this. Like, what you doing to me? You've been putting junk in me for 27 years. But it's undescribable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm so grateful for the support and the love. I never knew that I had this much support. When I walked out of that courtroom and everybody was there, wow. I had some support, but I didn't know it was this huge.
Wow.
So, Valentino, yes, not many of us will ever be able to imagine what you went through, but what is it like sitting in a prison cell for 27 years, knowing in your heart, knowing for a fact you didn't commit the crime?
Prison is designed, it's supposed to be for punishment, But when you're innocent and the evidence is there, but nobody's listening or even paying attention and don't even want to review the evidence, I felt like I was in the worst nightmare that you could ever imagine. It was just horrific, But for whatever reason, God kept sending me signs. And I wasn't a strong believer in God before that. But he kept sending me signs. And each sign that he sent was like, hold on, And then an appeal would get denied. And then he would send me another sign or some help to hold on a little longer. And then another appeal would get denied. And he would send me somebody else,
wow.
And it told me that, I got to hang in there, and in Shawshank Redemption, which is one of my favorite movies, right? Andy, the main character, he was given 2 choices, and they narrated it in the movie. They said he had 2 choices, get busy living or get busy dying.
I remember that
and it was things like that that resonated in me and kept my spirit strong.
You made it through 27 Christmases, 27 birthdays,
Right.
and now you're out. And when I look at the sketches, I was thinking, you know, when you think that the key
Right.
that unlocked it
Right.
was you and your love of art,
Right.
really. And you've loved this since you were a little boy?
Yes, since I was about 3 years old.
Has it resonated to you that because you had that talent,
Right.
you captured the attention of somebody who captured the attention
Right.
of somebody who
Right.
led to this day?
This is the power of God. You know, this is how God works. You never know how it's going to happen. You just got to keep the faith, you know. You got to hang in there and keep the faith.
There were a group of undergraduate students at Georgetown University, who saw your story in Golf Digest, took up your cause, and eventually helped to exonerate you. What do you say to them this morning?
Those are my students. What I told them yesterday was wherever they're at, because they're from London, Parish, you know, and I told them wherever they're at, I'll be there for them. You can call me up if you ever need me for anything. This is a lifelong relationship.
Were you upset when you saw that guy confess?
Right.
Did you think to yourself, why didn't you do that 20 plus years ago?
Well, the problem is that he did. 27 years ago, he confessed 2 days after they arrested me.
Oh.
But they disregarded him. You know, and it was just, you know, how the system is, you know, we're all human. Everybody make mistakes, you know. But you have to own it when you realize that you've made a mistake. And this is what's the problem here with some prosecutors. And
Are you mad at anybody?
No. You know, I had my moments where I was bitter and angry and frustrated, you know, but I'm not upset with anybody right now.
Wow.
In fact, the people that put me here, I would give them a hug right now. You know, I've always been a loving person, so God wouldn't allow my heart to turn, you know, and I wanted to turn. I wanted to just be bitter and angry, but God wouldn't allow it.
So what do you want to do now? What's the next step, Valentino?
The next step is to help fight for New York State has some of the harshest sentencing laws in the country and the world. So, you know, I want to be able to appeal to the governor and say, you know, look at and compare it to other states. If I was in Florida or California or even the state of Nevada, I would have been out maybe 15 years ago. You know, and the wrongful conviction, you know, it wouldn't have been that painful as it is right now.
Well, Valentino, we're happy you're here. We're happy you're free. We can't wait to see what you do with your life. Thank you for coming to visit us.
Thank you, too. Thanks for having me.
You know, we hatched a plan. That golf hole he drew was at Augusta National.
Yes.
We think you should be at the Masters next year.
Oh,
How about that?
I'll be there.
We're just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Valentino, thanks.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you here with us.